Welcome back to another exciting edition of 90 Day Fiance the Other Way. I'm your beautiful host Gretchen Barreto.
And I'm Keith Brooks. In this episode, Jenny and Sumit practice singing My Sweet Lord by George Harrison, and then they go to the ISKCON temple. Sumit doesn't want to help her as she has to want and has to do it on her own. She has to wash her feet before going in. The Hindu statues are so sweet, I have to go there. She meets two devotees and they teach her the chant. There are 108 prayer beads that have to be counted while chanting. It is explained that there are many mantras with 108. Jenny chants the whole round. The two tell her that we are tested every day. Jenny says she's being tested and tells her story. They, in return, tell her to become more spiritual. Jenny then meets a priest. He is impressed she picked up the mantra quickly. Just remember the George Harrison song. She then tells him her story. He says he feels her pain and thinks she will begin her devotional life. He tells her that Krishna will change the heart of the mother. Jenny states that sometimes she thinks India is against her relationship. I doubt that. It doesn't work that way. Jenny asks the priest about rules she has to follow as a devotee. He tells her that Krishna is merciful and that by saying the mantra, she can achieve her goals and dreams. She only needs to take up chanting and all problems will be resolved. She then gets down to the nitty-gritty and asks about her visa. He tells her that the temple sponsors missionaries, but they need to be in the temple all day and that it takes a few years to become a missionary, then they will be sponsored. Not going to happen. Now she has only two options. Get married or leave the country every 6 months. Sumit says he will choose his parents over Jenny. Drama is a-coming.
Then there is my favorite Biniyam and Ariela. Not necessarily Ariela, but Biniyam is. Biniyam didn't sleep well because of Ariela's strong devotion to Leonardo. Now she regrets getting divorced and Leonardo says they never got closure. He comes down the stairs and demands she make him coffee. Ariela tells him the next time he needs to bring more coffee, even though Ethiopia is a leading coffee producer. Leonardo just wants to jump into the sack with her, I can tell, as he says that he wants a hug. They hug and it appears he just wants to do the nasty on the kitchen counter. Bastos, no manners at all. So gross. They then discuss their past. He thinks they are still getting back together, but gave up when she got pregnant. Biniyam is still upset he is there, so he takes him to the gym to have a man-to-boy talk with Leonardo. Leonardo likes the gym, but is worried about the ass-kicking he's going to get. He asks Biniyam what he wants him to do. If you don't know, you better put your fists up. Leonardo wouldn't go to Ethiopia if he didn't still have feelings for Ari. They spar, but then Leonardo wants to throw down and challenges Biniyam. It's on, and Biniyam chokes him out with a rear naked chokehold in like 2 seconds, like I am going to do with Big Ed. Ayoko na si Big Ed. Is that all you brought, Leonardo? Jeez. I could have taken you down in 2 seconds. What a woos. Good job, Biniyam, showing him who the man is. Then Biniyam asks Leonardo why he came. He wanted to know if she is being taken care of. Biniyam wanted to know if they did the tush-push when they were together in New Jersey. He stutters, can't answer. Then says don't worry, yeah right, and Santa Claus is real. Biniyam caught on and calls his BS. I can smell his BS a mile away. At home, Ari needs help making the bed Leonardo is sleeping in. She wants the bed to be perfect for him. He tells her about their man-to-boy talk and Ari is embarrassed as she thinks it's so rude. Biniyam doesn't believe him because he stutters and looks again. Give me 3 seconds, Biniyam. I will choke him out. I'm getting angry. I got your back here. Ari is getting angry about it. The three go to eat dinner later. Ari says that Biniyam created a darkness. No. You did it, Ari. Biniyam tells Ari that he is inviting his ex to dinner with them. She asks why. He throws it back in her face. His ex is here and just wanted to catch up with her. He says that he wants her on his side. I'll be on your side and I won't hold back. I've taken 3 months of MMA fighting and I want to test my skills. Ari says he's just getting back at her. What do you think? Biniyam's ex says Leonardo is cute. Biniyam is getting pissed and has to explain his relationship to Ari. So Ari throws it in his face. says 90 Day was casting for a movie. Sian, his ex, says she was in love in Biniyam. I think she should ask Leonardo to go to the hotel and do the Bristol stomp. Sian is a jealous person, so she should just go get some sugar with Leonardo. That will take care of the situation. Ari thinks she should be worried. Ari blames Biniyam and tries to make it all about him and her mistrust in him. What are you doing, Zero Ulo? You are crazy, Ariela. Talaga. It's true. Tunga na tunga. Very stupid if you ask me.
Ellie is worried about the tropical storm. Victor texted her that he was scared and there was no electricity, then she lost contact. But he was going to a shelter with his sister and she is scared for his safety or becoming a black widow. Her friend stops by and Ellie tells her how worried she is and they may be at an evacuation center. She can't get information as everything is closed off. The seas are too rough to get in by boats. She has no contact with Victor, but has limited contact with his sister. Then out of the blue she received a voice message from his sister that says he is okay and loves her. Ellie goes to the airport and flies to Bogotá. Her friend feels bad she was harsh on her and doesn't know what she is going through now. She arrives in Dallas, I've been there, then off to Bogotá. I usually fly through Mexico City. Flying into Bogotá is so beautiful. It is a beautiful city from the air, seriously. Breathtaking. I love the colors in the airport. From there she can only fly into San Andres, an island close by, and doesn't know what to expect. She has texted him but has not got a response. After arrival she goes to the La Posada de Lulu hotel. La Posada de Lulu offers rooms with free Wi-Fi on San Andres Isla. It is located 100 meters from the commercial area and 600 meters from the beach. Rooms at La Posada de Lulu are decorated with contemporary paintings and tiled floors. All of them have private bathrooms and TVs. La Posada de Lulu is 1 kilometer from Gustavo Rojas Pinilla Airport and costs about $58 a night.
Then we go to Mexico where Kenny is going to the airport to pick up his daughter that he abandoned. He says it has been hell about missing his children. She is happy to see him. It has never been more than a week that he has been away from them, but now more than a year. He misses them, but doesn't tell Armando as he feels guilty that he abandoned his kids. You made that decision, now live with it. He thinks Armando would be upset because he didn't tell Armando why it took him so long for him to move there. He didn't want to abandon them over him. His daughter is not happy he is gone. She feels she is the blame for him leaving and the weight is on her shoulder now over the family. He knows there is resentment because he chose Armando over them and that is a lot of guilt to hang on to.
Then it's off to Ecuador to Cory and Evelyn. Evelyn's sisters help with the planning, but they don't like Cory. The three are looking for wedding dresses, so Cory brings in his sister's used prom dress. Used, I said, and it's dirty and all. Ew, Evelyn rips on it. Says it's a prom dress and her sisters laugh. Really, it is an old dirty dress with a hole. She tries not to wear it and wants to know if it is a family tradition. I love her burns. What a roast. Cory explains that the dresses were too expensive in the States. You know what, he should call Cold Tea and ask about the Goodwill shops that would have saved money, you know. Evelyn says it's embarrassing, especially since her sisters were present when he brought up the dress, because it's so dirty and disgusting and it's an insult. Leslie even chimes in and says it's cheap and ugly. It's shameful. Seriously, come on, pay up Cory, buy a decent dress. I'd pay.
No. You wouldn't. You are kuripot na kuripot. So cheap. You only paid $29.99 for our wedding. Then you asked if they took coupons. I was so embarrassed. The flowers were even plastic, like your heart. So kuripot, na talaga. Ayoko na kuripot. I don't like cheapskates, but I love you.
Shush, woman. People might get ideas about how to save money in Las Vegas and text me to ask how to do it and not pay me anything. I feel like blind lemon pie who taught the Ruddles everything. Then Elvis, the Byrds and Eric Clapton stole his music. By the way, every time we go to Walmart you ask if you can get half price on everything and demand a price check on every item you purchase. Not to mention we have 500 condiment packages in the drawer. I guess we won't buy ketchup, mustard, relish, or onions for years to come. Anyways, Evelyn says his brain is not connected properly. Then they go to a dressmaker's shop, like most countries have been too. There are no wedding gown shops. They are all custom made. Evelyn says she never wanted to marry and wanted to travel the world and have a business. She tries on a dress and tells them that she should just become a runaway bride and is having second thoughts about Corey, since he cheated on her. She tells her sisters about his cheating scandal in Peru, which Corey denied. He says girlfriend is the same word for friend, but it was lost in translation. Leslie says she doesn't trust Corey and wants to know why Evelyn said yes after he cheated. If he cheats before, we'll cheat again. It doesn't make sense. Then Evelyn drops a bombshell and says they have been married for a year now.
Then we go to Utah to Steven with Avi and Alina. Alina is packing to travel to Turkey and meets her friend at her mom's furniture store. She tells her friend that she wants her to help her in a double top secret commander's eyes-only mission impossible. She briefs her friend on the mission. She thinks Steven with Avi is going to meet working girls when she's at her apartment. So she wants to catfish him. She wants to catch a Mikang Delta catfish. She wants her friend to go noodling. So she asks her to flirt with him as much as she can. She is the only friend that Steven doesn't know her, so it's a good catfish scheme and it's important to her. Her friend is like, "This is crazy, I'm in." So they go to his Facebook page and begin to do Operation Catfish. They scan his photos and find pictures of him with other women. Then she sends a dumb message in Russian. Alina says put a smiley emoji and ask about the place where the picture was taking. So stupid. I tried it with Keith and it didn't work on Keith, he just ignored the message. He passed my test, even though the message from one of my 160 cousins didn't work. The two make it look so dramatic. I'm going to press send, she says. Alina says her heart is beating. Come on, my cousin and I were laughing and really trying to catfish Keith and it didn't work. Sexy pictures, sexy suggestions in English and Tagalog, and he just read the ones with pictures and ignored the messages. Steven packs his bags and has to broadcast to his parents he wants to eat some snacks, go to the bathroom and brush his teeth. So dumb if you ask me. Then, get this, he doesn't brush his teeth before he leaves. So gross. While he's leaving he calls his father, the fashion statement, old man. So rude. Steven says he is a risk taker, I can see it since he didn't brush his teeth. His father thinks he is a rebel without a cause. Without a cause, I said. Drum roll please. As they go to the airport his mother talks to him, but he is ignoring her. They go to the Salt Lake City airport, Keith has been there. They park in the parking garage and kick him to the curb, why not at curbside parking? They just could have slowed down and told him to jump out. That would have been hilarious. I did that to Keith when he left the Philippines. It was funny he landed on his face, I wish I was filming with my iPhone 11. Steven says it's been 11 months and he feels like a phoenix. He looks like a weirdo if you ask me. He says that hopefully she will accept him. As he sits in the airplane, he washes the seat in front of him and says this is the first day of the rest of his life. How prophetic. Or pathetic. This will do it for this week's review. Please, as always, like, share and subscribe. I'm Gretchen Barreto. God bless.
And I'm Keith Brooks. As always, love you all and peace out.